Hello there. The first couple of days for this week's hobby streak are going to have to be quite short, so I'm not going to get much done. However, today is 1783 and I'll be finishing off these zombies. I'll be starting work on Gwenpool from Marvel Crisis Protocol. And finally, I'll start work on Saxon from the Star Wars Shatterpoint core set. I've still got a slight cold from last week, so that's one of the reasons why I won't be doing much today, but doing the bases for the zombies won't take long whatsoever. It's just the usual greys and then a quick wash, followed by rimming the base. That sounded wrong. With Gwenpool, I'm just going to be starting her lenses with some Corvus black to get that out of the way, and then I'm going to shade all the bits that are going to be white on the miniature with a mix of contrast medium and a grey, so that way that'll be prepped for tomorrow when I start the white. For Saxon, it'll be a case of painting his flight suit Corvus black and then his armour Abaddon black, and then giving him an overall wash of non-oil, and that'll be him done for the day. After that, last week's models and the zombies will get a varnish, so they're protected against wear and tear and play. And then to finish off the zombies, I'm going to give them a nice, generous glob of gore around the mouth and hands, and that will be them completed. I only had an hour today, so I didn't have much time whatsoever, but we have completed the zombies from yesterday. Got last week's models all varnished up. And Gwenpool and Saxon are both prepped for tomorrow. Today is 1784 and I've got even less time than I thought I had, so I'm just going to do this Imperial Knight's head instead of Saxon and Gwenpool. First thing I'll do is I'll give it a wash of Byzantium Grey, mixed with contrast medium. I don't think I pronounced that right at all, to get all the nooks and crannies and to bring in the shading. Once that's dry, I'm going to give the whole head a quick dry brush with the same silver as the actual base coat, which I believe is lead belcher. After that, I will do another quick dry brush, this time with a lighter silver, just to pick out all the edges and the finer details. Then, as I'm following a colour scheme set by me by the person who's wanted me to do the commission, I'll be doing the pipes, or some of the pipes, this brassy colour. And then I will do the eyes. I'm going to do 3 of the eyes red and 1 yellow, just so one stands out a little bit from the rest. I also painted the wires as well, some red and 1 was blue. Then I gave everything that I just painted a wash with Agrex Earthshade to put some shading in there. I forgot to record myself painting the highlights on the eyes and the wires, but after that all dried, I did put some globs of Ardcoat in, so to make the eyes a little bit shinier, so they stand out a little bit more from any light that actually peeks in through behind the helmet. So there we are. Only took about half an hour and it's done. Quite a lot of effort for something that you're not really going to see, but if I didn't do it, it would just eat at me for the end of time. I'll have more time tomorrow, so then I will carry on with Saxon and Gwenpool. Today is 1785, and I've got enough time to work on Gwenpool and Saxon, so that's what I'll be doing today. For Gwenpool, I'll be doing her white, and then I'll be doing the pink on her. I'll start the skin, but that's as far as I'll go with her today. As for Saxon, I will be finishing off his flight suit and his armor, and then I'll start work on the red. So here we are, well on our way. I'm not going to have much time tomorrow at all, because I've got something very important to do instead, so I'll just be doing something very small. It might be something just as simple as finishing the red on Saxon or doing Gwenpool's skin. Today is 1786 and I will be doing a bit of Saxon and more work on Gwenpool. I'm going to finish the red off on Saxon, as well as doing his skin and his hair as well. I won't completely finish his face. I'll still need to do his eyes tomorrow, because I don't have enough time really to do everything that I want to today. As for Gwenpool, I'll just finish off her skin and then work on her straps, and that'll be her done for today as well. So Saxon's nearly finished. I just need to do the detail on his eyes and then his jetpack and base him and he'll be done. And Gwenpool's coming along quite nicely. Hopefully I'll be able to get the rest of her finished tomorrow as well, although I need to print out some tiny little comic books for her base. Today is 1788 and I'll be doing more work on Gwenpool, as well as getting more done on Saxon. Sadly, I grossly overestimated how much time I had today, so I won't be able to finish Gwenpool, but she will be mostly finished, and she will definitely get finished tomorrow. Today, I'll get her straps finished and any metallics or black stuff done as well. I'll also start work on that explosion too. As for Saxon, it'll just be starting his exhaust on his jetpack and be sorting out his eyes as well. Gwenpool is taking a little bit longer than I expected. I've still got to find some comic books and print those out on a small scale so I can put it on her base, but she should be finished by tomorrow. Along with Saxon here, who is just the exhaust now to finish, and his base, and he'll be done as well. Today is 1789. I didn't have enough time to do very much today, so I just worked more on Gwenpool and Saxon. Today it was just doing the exhaust from Saxon's jetpack, and that'll be all I have time for today. It's literally one of those days, again, where I do not have much time. I've only got about 45 minutes today to get everything done. Meaning this week has been a very, very, very slow week. Hopefully next week things will pick up there. As for Gwenpool, it's doing her blast from the rocket and finishing the tip of the rocket. There's still a couple of details I need to finish off on her, as well as her little comic books. But again, not enough time to really do much more than what I've done today. Saxon is going to get finished tomorrow. I just need to do his base and he'll be done. And Gwenpool doesn't have much left either. I just need to sort out a few minor details and then do something with those comic books, and she'll also be done tomorrow as well. A couple of packages arrived today as well. One which I'm looking forward to for a while, which is the Supernatural Join the Hunt for Zombicide Season 2. The package arrived. This time it was stuff for the Vampire team for Blood Bowl. We got the team cards, the dice, and the pitch. I didn't have enough money to get the actual team themselves, so I'll pick those up at a later date. But I want to get this stuff because this stuff does go out of stock and doesn't come back in. I also bought some new paint thinner to try and help with the moot green and stop that from clogging up my airbrush. So we're going to give this a whirl tomorrow and try and get more of that Imperial Night done. Sadly today, 45 minutes was not enough time to get done what I wanted to, but we will definitely have more tomorrow. To finish off the night, I found some Gwenpool comics and shrunk them down to a relatively small size, so basically the smallest I can get them ready for cutting out tomorrow so I can actually glue them to Gwenpool's base. Today is 1790. It's also the beginning of October as well, so I'll get onto that in a minute. We're going to finish off Saxon, as well as finishing off Gwenpool as well. We're also going to start a spooky month. I'm basically going to use October, the month of Halloween, to try and get the rest of my Zombicide collection done. I've still got quite a lot to finish. Hopefully, by the end of the month, we will have it all finished and all sorted, including what's left over with the expansion packs as well. However, before I start all the zombies, the first thing I'm going to do is cut out these really tiny, fiddly little comic sheets that I'm going to stick to Gwenpool and get that out of the way. Then I'm going to start putting some paint on these zombies. There's not going to be much today. It's just going to be a quick coat of contrast paint, basically as I normally do if you've been watching these videos. I'm going to put the base color, start putting the base colors down, I should say, and then give it a heavy dry brush tomorrow. I picked 4 walkers to do, as well as 4 fatties. That's the name in the game. I'm not trying to be offensive to anyone if you're a little bit sensitive. So that way I could definitely speed things up. So I'll try and do them in batches of 8. So that way we should hopefully get 8 done every few days. For Gwenpool, it's just finishing off her shark plus a few other minor details. And that'll be her completely finished. I will then start her base along with Saxon's base as well. Once the bases are dry, I'm going to give the models a quick coat of varnish, and then I'll start the final part of Gwenpool. While waiting for the varnish to dry, I thought I'd crack out the airbrush. The paint thinner works, but I definitely need to give my airbrush a thorough clean, as it seems to be clogging up a little bit, and I need to get that sorted so I can get the rest of this night finished with this very, very, very toxic green. Once the varnish had clearly dried, I stuck on the tiny little covers, and I'm not 100% happy with it. I might in the future change it, but I'll do for now. So Saxon is finished. It's going to be a while before I go back to Shatterpoint. I'll be in November. But just a couple more models and the core set will be finished. With Gwenpool finished, I now need to actually buy some more Marvel Crisis Protocol, which will probably be the new core set that's coming soon. And spooky season begins, so I can't wait to get the rest of Zombicide Season 2 finished. Absolutely love the models, and I'm really looking forward to knocking them out throughout this month. I think later on this evening I'm probably going to give my airbrush a very, very, very deep clean so I can finish this, and I'll also be working on this as well as the zombies for October. Unfortunately, because of circumstance out of my control, I couldn't really get that much done this week in the way of my hobby streak, but we did get plenty started. And this coming month is going to be filled with zombies and other ghoulish delights. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and give a thumbs up, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.